Hooty-hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. It's Tuesday, December 8th. Stock market not doing much today. I guess the Dow is up 20 points. The Nasdaq's down 20 points. Pretty flat. The fireworks could still be later in the day. We'll see what goes on there. What I want to talk about today is real estate. It is one of my favorite topics. I'm a real estate broker, as many of you know. And anyways, a lot of people are telling me that real estate cannot go down. It can only go up. There's no crash coming. Now, I believe the complete opposite. I believe there is a crash coming. I believe we're in a lot of trouble. I believe that a lot of markets have already shifted from what's known as a seller's market to a buyer's market. In my area, there's more not more inventory, but there's more vacant houses. The ones that are for sale are taking longer to sell. This is a shift in the market. This is a shift. It's going from the seller's market where they could ask any price they want and the buyers would pay it, to the buyer's market where the buyers are going, wait a minute, Mr. Seller, you're asking too much for that house. I want you to not only lower the price, I want you to put on a new roof. It's shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Now, even some of the hot markets are starting to see a lot of delinquencies. You can't say delinquency anymore. A lot of people going into forbearance, even in the hottest markets. Now, these hot markets, people aren't paying their mortgage. They're in forbearance. Now, what's going to happen? Well, the government's going to keep kicking this can down the road as far as they can. Now, to keep the houses propped up, here's what the government's going to have to do. They're going to have to tell all the people that have mortgages, you don't need to pay anymore. Just stay there for free. They're going to tell all the people that are paying rent, don't worry about paying your rent anymore. We're going to do away with the evictions. And they're going to have to do this basically forever because they don't want to feel the pain of the market prices coming down. But there's a shift. There is a shift. And here's what people don't get. Here's what even the government doesn't get. They cannot do this forever. They cannot let people stay for free forever. Eventually, it's going to come down. Now, people tell me that when it comes down, the banks will take over the houses and they will be bought out by hedge funds. Now, do hedge funds really want to buy all these houses? I mean, there's going to be a tsunami coming. We have about 3 million mortgages, not in default, they're in forbearance. Now, I don't really know the difference. Basically, they're not paying their mortgage, okay? You can call it default. You can call it forbearance. Whatever you want to call it. There's 3 million of them. Okay, 3 million of them. Now, what about people not paying their rent? Well, that's a little higher number. The estimates are somewhere between 20 and 30 million people are not making rent payments. Well, how do landlords do this? Now, the new stimulus bill, which is interesting because it actually has some support for landlords. Apparently, the government's going to pay the rent for these people. Really? How long does the government want to pay your rent for? I'm not sure. Okay, all right. So maybe the hedge funds, they come in and they buy these 3 million homes that are coming on the market. They're not going to do that. They don't want it. Nobody's paying the rent. Why do you want a house when no one's paying the rent? I don't think the hedge funds is the backstop. People think the hedge funds is going to be the backstop for real estate. Maybe it's going to help. Maybe they're going to buy some of the inventory, but there's just going to be this tidal wave coming. And it's going to hit the markets hard. Now, when's this going to happen? I'm telling you, it's going to happen as soon as they stop paying mortgages and paying, your rent. As soon as the forbearance stops, as soon as the eviction moratorium stops. Once we can evict people, once we can foreclose on people, these homes are going to be dumped onto the market so quickly that this market is just going to come crumbling down. Now, let me tell you why. People don't get it. People say, Mike, real estate, it's one of those assets that only goes up. It goes up over time. And I'm a real estate broker. I tell people that too. I go, there's never a bad time to buy. Well, right now, I'm telling you, is a very bad time to buy. Why? Why is it a bad time to buy now? Because in 2021, which is just a month away, sometime in the next 12 months, we're going to have what's known as a debt crisis. Now, what's a debt crisis? Let's talk about that a little bit. A debt crisis is when people lose confidence in the dollar, in the money of your country. They lose confidence. Okay, so what happens? Well, no one wants them anymore because they keep going down. So what happens to interest rates? Interest rates start to go up, and they could go up a lot. A lot. If nobody wants to lend money to buy houses, no one can buy a house, and there's no buyers, there's no bids, and the sellers have to take whatever cash offer is because people cannot get financing. It is a debt crisis. Real estate is a debt asset. Most people, to buy a house, they go out, they get a mortgage, and if they cannot get the mortgage, they cannot buy the house. When credit contracts, which it will, in a debt crisis, the credit's going to go away. I'm telling you, money's flowing free right now. You want to buy a home, get out there and do it now. It's at 30%. 30-year loans are, 2%? Really? This is going to continue forever? I don't think so. I think we got a debt crisis coming. I think the debt crisis is going to be in 2021. And this debt crisis is going to send the housing market crumbling downward. And they're going to see all of these homes just being dumped on the market with no buyers. There's not going to be anyone to buy them. Now people tell me, Mike, you're crazy. Everybody's going to buy a house. They need a place to live. Well, right, they do need a place to live, and that's why we're in such a problem. The homeless crisis is going to go straight up. There are homeless people everywhere in my area. It's incredible to see. I mean, we got multi-million-dollar homes with homeless people sleeping on the sidewalk in front of your house or the creek behind your house. And do you really want to pay $2-3 million for a house that have to step over homeless people to get to your house? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to continue. Now, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I think they're going to come down by, you know what I think they're going to come down by? About 60 to 70%. 60 to 70% drop in home prices. That's going to take some time to play out. Now, people going to say next month, oh, Mike, you're wrong. They're still going up. Look we're in January. You said they're going to crash in 2021. Sometime in the next 12 months. Maybe not January. Probably not January. But it's going to come down. I'm warning you. I'm a real estate broker. I hope I'm wrong. Guy, I want to be wrong. I want to be so wrong because I love selling homes. It's fun to sell homes. But if no one has money to buy them and they can't get a mortgage, it's going to be awfully tough to sell a home. That's why they have these things called the PPP programs. You know, real estate brokers, 1 out of 5 had taken out a PPP loan? Really? And you know they don't have to pay it back? Isn't that surprising? Well, who's got to pay it? Well, you do, the taxpayer, me, the taxpayer. These PPP loans are free money for the real estate market. And I'm not sure why, real estate brokers can get PPP loans. I'm not really sure why. The market's still hot. They're not hurting. I'm telling you, the market's still going strong. Why are they handing them PPP loans? Well, they are. Anyways, that's just a side note. Do I think houses will come down? Yes, I do. How far? 60, 70%. But that's probably over the next 2 or 3 years. Do I think there'll be a big drop in 2021? Yeah, about 30%. Okay, so let's see. We're in December. Let's come back next December. Hit the subscribe button so you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, and we'll have a conversation. We'll see if home prices are up 30% or down 30%. I think they're going to be down 30%. Now, I want to be wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be. I'm Tall Mike. If you like talking about this, give me a good thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Go out, have a good day. Hope you're all making money trading the markets. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.